All right, welcome to Counterpoints, everybody. First of all, we want to start by thanking all of the premium subscribers who either became premium subscribers or upgraded in order so that we could build our new studio. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, I've never been a huge fan of these bricks.
I was just going to say, you're liberating us
I know,
from
not,
the
but
bricks.
yeah, I'm hired help with not up to Mesa. But I've seen the designs of the new one. I am very excited about it.
It's extremely cool, and we understand there are a lot of people who've been super helpful in that, so thank you. We really, really appreciate it. If you want to help, the link is in the description. We do have some huge breaking news to get to right at the top of the show. As we were filming, news broke that there was a drone strike. Russia is saying there was a drone strike on the residence of Vladimir Putin
Put up the New York
in
Times
Moscow.
clip here. So the most extreme Russian claim being made here is that this was an attempt on Vladimir Putin's life by two Ukrainian drones that were taken down over the skies. The media, the U.S. media, is saying that they're not able to verify that. We do have a little bit of footage that has surfaced of this. We can roll that here.
Unbelievable footage.
And so this appears to be a drone being taken down. Now, Russia is saying that it's moving from here to ban unmanned aerial vehicles, all around Moscow. So we don't have any direct evidence yet that these actually were even Ukrainian drones. We're going, based on only what Russia is saying. This is their claim. Now, it very well may be the case that these were in fact Ukrainian drones, that they were in fact aiming to target the Kremlin. Would be surprising to me if they were actually trying to take out Vladimir Putin, because I don't do they know exactly where he is at all hours? In any event,
I would think their intelligence would be good enough to know that Putin was not there. He was not at the residence, he was elsewhere. And you would think their intelligence would be good enough to know that, but maybe not.
This harkens back to the kind of early days of February 2022 when Russia had unleashed several teams trying to capture or assassinate Volodymyr Zelensky. And so it's not as if necessarily either side is above this. Ukraine has taken out, I've lost count of the number of Russian generals that they've been able to identify and then kill with airstrikes. So it's not as if this type of thing, this obviously would be an escalation by orders of magnitude.
Well, I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe one of the things from the Discord leaks that Saga and Crystal talked about was China's kind of red line for getting more directly involved in the conflict was an attack deep inside Russia. So what was a Ukrainian or Western-sponsored attack that went inside, towards Moscow.
Right, and so that raises the question, which you always have to ask in situations like this, of the false flag. In warfare, that every country engages in false flag operations, intending to give themselves a tactical or strategic advantage. And so you're certainly going to have some people on the Ukrainian side perhaps saying, well, this is not what they're saying it is, and in fact, it is an effort to either, like you said, bring China more fully into the conflict, get China to supply the weapons that the U.S. says that Russia keeps asking China to supply, or to justify whatever type of escalation Russia might be contemplating in the face of this long-announced Ukrainian counteroffensive that is coming this spring.
Right, and yeah, the long-announced counteroffensive that we've heard about for so long is, we talked about this last week, what people see as the final hurdle. Depending on how the spring counteroffensive goes, people can come to the table. You made a great point last week saying, well, maybe we just skip all the death and destruction and come to the table now. What's the point if you're saying that, we just want to kind of see how it goes? But this comes still before that is underway, which I think is a really interesting piece of timing information. And
it also reminds us of the terrifying reach of drones around the world.
Yeah.
I think we haven't really, come to grips with the fact that it changes the battlefield in a way that nothing has in decades by exposing so many different people and civilians and civilian leadership to the battlefield in a way that, like, if you think about Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general, he was hit by a drone strike he was driving just outside of the Baghdad airport,
right,
when he was hit, and so then the question becomes, where else does that go? Do we start seeing those in the United States? Do we start seeing them in Europe, in Poland?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and just can't wait until those get hooked up to generative AI.
Right.
Max Sedon, he's the Financial Times Moscow bureau chief. He says the Kremlin right now is claiming its military and secret services, quote, acted timely to shoot down the drones, and they say, quote, Russia reserves the right to take retaliatory measures when and where it sees fit. Now, again, this is on the heels of more information about what could have been a deadly strike on an aircraft in the Black Sea, right? It was a British aircraft, had something like 30 personnel on it, a near miss, and again, a near miss by Russia. And again, this is such a just tragic reminder of how quickly things can change, how quickly things can escalate, and the coming hours are going to be an incredible test of the United States, the West, and Russia as well, and China, all of these countries who are entangled in the conflict, how they handle footage going viral on the internet without the public having the full story.
Right, and this is the type of reason why wars are so dangerous, because they are so unpredictable. People think that they can keep a handle, that they can control the fates of these wars. Say, oh, well, this, China thinks it's useful because it's draining Russia. The United States thinks it's useful because it's draining Russian power. But that comes with a hubris, a sense that you can actually guide events in a way that history shows people just don't actually have a way of guiding, that there are so many hinge points and contingent events that we can't get our minds around, that the more space you give for them, the more likelihood you are to create some type of conflagration that you then look back on and say, how did we let that happen?
Right. And we're in those moments right now. Precarious.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Sagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.